And we're back with another episode of What Wow. Today we have an amazing serial entrepreneur. She owns 32 tax offices, fleets of trucks, mental health facilities, a franchise owner of the Peach Cobbler. Her name is Danni Washington, and if you haven't heard about her, you need to hear about her now. It's such a pleasure to have you here today with me. I just want to know all the tea. First of all, you're 32 with 32 tax offices. That is something
it is
commendable to be happy about. So can you tell me, like, how did you get started in taxes? Like, how did that even come about?
Sure. So I went to school for to be a behavior therapist.
That's dope.
I finished my master's in psychology with a dual master's in behavior analysis.
Oh, don't play with her. Sis is educated.
Yes.
Okay.
So I ended up, I met a friend. She was like 10 years older than me.
Okay.
And she always used to come like to school in different cars, like BMWs, Benzes, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I always wondered, what did she do? So she pulled me to the side, and she was like, you should do taxes because you got, like, a fan base. A lot of people like you. And I was like, no, I want to be a therapist. So I ended up finishing college, working as a therapist for, like, 3 years. And then I doubled back. I was like, you know what?
These people crazy.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I was pregnant with my daughter, so my second child. So I was like, it's something more that I need to do. So I ended up calling her, and I was like, I'm ready to do taxes.
Right.
And she flew me to Mississippi, and we sat down. I learned in like 3 days. I started out with one location the first year. And
around how old were you around this time?
I was like 24 then.
Okay.
So so I started with one location. The second year I had 8. The third year I had 12. The fourth year I had 15. The fifth year I had 22, and then 32.
Oh my God! What? Wow, that is crazy.
Yes.
Wait. So let's run this back real quick. So you got started from the lady. She taught you everything. So did you party at all? Like, were you a club party animal? Like, how did you? Because, baby, in my 20s, I was turning up. Even though I was working a little bit, but I was still turning up hard. So, but
I was. I did my thing in college.
You did? Okay, in college. So after you graduated, it was like time's up.
I was still turning up, but, I was more like trying to handle the business. I was more trying to, like, when you have children, like, what's my next move? Like, I got 2 kids now. It got to be something more that I can do. So I was more motivated.
What age did you have your first child?
I had my first... I had my son at 24.
Okay.
And I had my daughter at 27.
Oh, so life was for real.
Yeah.
You had no time to play any games. Okay. So I get it. So after you started getting into this business, what are some things that you loved about it and some things that you hated about running the tax business?
Some things that I love is, to be honest, I was helping like a lot of single black mothers. And it came from like taking them from working at places like McDonald's and Pies, and the next thing you know, they making 60, 80,000 in 2 months. Wow. So I always gravitated to the type of people that other people look down on.
Hello.
So yeah.
So
that's the thing I like the most about it. The thing that I like the least is you just gotta make sure the haters too, but you gotta make sure you put the right team in your office.
Right.
Because you can have 32 locations, but if you don't have the right people in your office running your business, then the office is not going to do good.
Exactly.
So I'd have been through that a whole lot.
So what locations are like your offices in, like in what city and what state?
I got 6 locations in Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, 5 locations in Memphis, Texas, location in Vegas, Detroit.
I'm loving it. I am loving this. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your childhood. Like, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Sure. So I'm from Mississippi.
Okay.
So born and raised.
I don't even know where that's at. I promise you.
Girl,
or like, I've never been there. I don't even know anybody from Mississippi. So you're like the first. You pop my cherry. Okay.
So yeah, I'm from Mississippi. I was there until I went to college. I still went to college in Mississippi. And after that, I worked as a traveling therapist in Louisiana, Texas, and Georgia, actually.
Right.
So I worked for different facilities, just 3 months at a time, just running around.
So, with every business, there's always some good times, but there's always some struggles.
I just remember getting a call from my mom, like, late that night. It was like 3 a.m, and she was like, You know someone burned down your Mount Moriah location in Memphis. So to me, honestly, it was expected because I get so much hate and jealousy out of Memphis because in the city of Memphis, they just really feel like if you're not from the city, do not support the person that's not from the city. Oh. So I'm from Mississippi. I'm not from Memphis. Oh. So and by me putting like 5 offices down there, they was looking at it like she trying to take over our territory.
Wow.
So when it happened, because I'm the type of person, like I always lived up to I may bend, but I won't fold.
Hello.
So you really is not gonna ever like really see me cry.
Exactly.
So it was more like, okay, I got my shit together. Mm-hmm. So I got insurance. It is what it is. Now, what kind of...
And what do you have to say to the people who were saying that it was insurance fraud and things of that nature?
Oh, I just kept popping it. Like, it didn't even matter because I knew that I had my shit together. So basically, you know, I seen all the blogs, like all the posts and stuff. They was like, it's insurance fraud and this and that. And I'm the type of person like, you know what? I'm going to respond when I respond. So once everything came out, and it came out like the next 2 days.
Are you serious? Wow. Yes. So like what came out?
Like videos, like when they leaked the videos in my office of the 2 guys, it was the same 2 guys that everybody knew in Memphis. And they was like,
what?
Yeah, that's how they found out another tax company paid someone to burn my offices down.
What?
Because the guys was linked with her boyfriend.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So yeah, they just got found guilty on May the 20th.
What?
Yes.
So see, God has his way of doing things. Exactly. So, oh my God. So you overcame that. How many, did you open up more offices? Did that discourage you? Because that would have been kind of like discouraging for some people. They would have took that as a sign. It was kind of
like, it motivated me. Like I'm the type of person, like even before tax season start every year, it's like something negative got to happen. Like somebody got to call me a scammer, which I know I never scammed a day in my life.
Wow.
But somebody got to do that to make me motivated.
That's
like,
the
you know
enemy.
what? Let me just go ahead and just pop it, get myself together this tax season and do it again.
Yeah, so I know doing taxes, people make a lot of money. So at what age did you make your first million?
Age 24.
So that same year?
That same year.
Look how God worked in your life. Yes. And I noticed that you said on social media, because I definitely follow you, that you made your mom into a millionaire too by investing properly. You put your money into CD accounts, and I didn't even know CD accounts was still a thing. So
too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you were able to do that, and that is amazing.
So yeah, I was able to bless my my son, of course, with $1 million, my daughter with $1 million, and then the third person was my mom. I gave it to her like a few days after her birthday because I didn't want her to expect it. Mm-hmm. So it was somewhat like I just walked in the house. And
what was her reaction? Because everybody's goal is to bless their parent.
She was more like, I'm never gonna spend it, and I don't even think she spent. I don't even think she spent $1 out of it yet. Like she wants to open a coffee shop. So what I'm telling her is that, you know, Mama, why don't we just franchise a Starbucks? So I'm trying to work on that with her too. And I tried to give her the
big word because a lot of people think that they need to start their businesses from ground up and struggle when you can take that same money and get some guidance and invest it in a franchise where they've already done all the hard work as far as building that brand and doing everything. So you're investing into a franchise that's opening pretty soon.
I am.
Which franchise is that, and how did you even discover that to even tap into that?
It's called the Peach Cobbler Factory. And one day I was on Facebook and I just seen like an advertisement about franchising. And I called. And luckily when I called, his son, Andrew, answered the phone. So
it was real?
Yeah, it was real.
Okay.
So when he told me about it, he was like, hey, it's only like 30-some grand franchise fee. And I was like, you know what?
It's only 30-something thousand just to get a franchise. You know how much people spend that on bags and Birkins and everything like that?
Yeah. So that's why I think twice before I buy a Birkin now. I'm like, you know what? I can go get another Peach Cobbler Factory.
And you can leave that to your family. That's legacy. You know what I'm saying? People got to change their mindset.
Exactly.
Yes, that's
so the same week I flew out, I had my first initial meeting in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
I know that's right. That's up the street from where I live. Okay.
So, and
when you open, I'm definitely going to come out to support you. I'm going to tell people about it. That's going to be dope. I'm so happy for you.
So, I did the initial meeting, and they had me sold. And ever since then, it's like they help you from the beginning to the end. Like they give you a project manager. They got their own contractors. I'm talking about it was totally new for me. But I love the guy.
You know that's good, right? Because some franchise companies, they don't even really help you. They say they will, but they really don't. So for you to be able to have that good experience, that's a good thing because you don't know nothing about that business. No. So that's good. So I know you're working on a passion project. You have mental health facilities too. Can you tell me a little bit about that? How did you come about opening up the mental health facility?
Sure. So my brother, he's a recovering addict.
Okay.
So he was like the first one out of our family to make his first 6 figures, 7 figures.
Really?
So yeah, so he went through a bad divorce and it led him to getting on drugs.
Wow.
And now he's incarcerated. So when I used to go visit him, it was a lot of guys still in prison because they couldn't find halfway houses. So I was like, why are you all still in prison for 4 months after your release date?
What do you mean they couldn't find halfway houses? Doesn't the government provide it?
Yeah, they do, but they're all full. It's not enough halfway houses.
What?
So when I kept going to his visitations.
Wait, so the government take all of our taxes, so they don't open up enough halfway houses.
Girl, I got taxes. They ain't finna talk about the government.
Oh. I feel you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You get what I'm saying? But oh my God.
But yeah, it's not enough halfway houses.
So if you can't find a halfway house, they keep you in jail?
They keep you in jail until they find a bed. Yes.
Oh no, see, don't do crimes.
So I did my research. I researched for like 2 months.
Okay.
So it took me like 6 months to get everything together. So when I opened my first location, I had 12 beds. So they sent me 12 guys like that.
I bet.
So we help them cope with depression. We offer different services for them.
So how do they pay for stuff like that? Like that you just, is it like
it's
Section
state
8?
funded, so you get paid 4 different ways. You get paid off the services that you provide. You can get paid from the state. You can get paid for them. Like they got to pay you weekly for even the program fees. That's what we call it because we don't want to call it rent.
Okay.
So I did that location, and my second location is actually a boarding home. So it's for like totally mentally disabled people at their home.
Wow. So when does your brother get out?
Hopefully he will be getting out like next August.
Oh wow.
So I'm excited because he's plan
clean
is
now.
Yes, he's actually good now, and he told me he was like, my goal is to open up something like a halfway house, but he just don't know. Like when he get out, I got a whole big surprise for him.
Oh my God!
Because it's really it's my passion. I'm a therapist, but at the same time, I want to give him the first location. That's why I opened up the second location.
But do you see how everything happened full circle for you? You already went to school for it. It wasn't giving you the money that you wanted. Mm-hmm. So you found something else. You pivoted. A lot of people don't know when it's time to pivot. You pivoted into something that was going to bring you the money. Exactly. And then you went back through a struggle that brought you back because, you got to see the sign, and it brought you back, and you're able to do that. That is amazing.
Thank you.
That is amazing. So what else are you working on?
Right now, I'm also working on actually a TV show. It's called The House of Class.
Okay.
So I done teamed up with Moolah. So we're working on a TV show. We're doing our auditions next month. So I'm excited.
That's going to be dope. So what is the House of Class? When you think about House of, because I'm a class.
You are.
So, hello. So what is the House of Class? What does it represent?
It represents like classy women and boss men. You know, like
men and women?
Yeah, it's going to be men and women.
Oh, that's different.
Dope. So you're just going to be seeing a lot of like mentoring, like a lot of molding, like we need that in the Black community.
Yes,
like,
we do etiquette.
Women uplifting each
classes.
other. Even if it's just, Nikki, you look good today. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's stuff like that likes to uplift one another.
Not hating.
Exactly.
Yes, so that's dope. So if you would have 3 or 2 words to describe yourself, what would those words be? I
would say self-centered is one.
And that's not always a bad thing.
Self-centered. Like I'm kind of like closed in. But
who's more important than me? Who's more important than you? Yeah.
Another word, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a gorilla. When it come down to business,
you're a beast,
like
girl.
Yeah, I gotta say a gorilla.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate.
Yeah. So, yeah. I definitely can see that for you. It was such a honor to have you here. I know that you definitely helped someone that's going to watch this, and I hope you continue your journey and continue allowing God to use you and not letting the enemy distract you from what you got going on. Thank you so much for your story and your time.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, that was good. Did y'all get inspired? Because sis got some story. She's 32 years old.
Lord.
Hello.
Girl, you are built for these.
What? Wow.